Good morning, everybody. Dr. Wagnon here, and I want to go over with you guys today a little shortcut, or not shortcut, a simplification on how you can improve your overall health and how you look at it. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, like there's so many different things that you have to do, but let's break it down into what I call the lifestyle pyramid. So hopefully you guys can see this okay from there. But on this pyramid, of course, we want to start with the base. You can't build a pyramid unless you've got a solid, rock solid foundation. So what goes on the bottom here, number one, the bottom line are the things that you need just to survive. That's it. That's it. Just to get you by, just to maintain you alive, right? And the first thing that we need is going to be food, right? We can't live if we don't have fuel for our body and have food that's fueling us. The next thing that we can't live without is a little something that we call water. And I hope you guys are all drinking half your weight in ounces in water per day. If you're not, jump on it. And I'm talking pure water. I'm not talking about these Red Bulls and Monsters, all that other good stuff. I'll leave that for another episode here. But so you need food, you need water, you need air, right? You need to, or I should say, breathe. You need to breathe or get oxygen. You've got to breathe. And the last thing that we need to put on the base here, which is kind of brushed under the rug, we don't talk about it a whole heck of a lot, is going to be I'm a chiropractor, so it's your nerve supply, right? So nerve supply. And I'm trying to write as clear as I can. Remember, I'm a chiropractor here. So, but we need food, water, we need to breathe, or air, I should say. I shouldn't have put breathe, it's air, and nerve supply. You have to have those things if you want to survive. That's just to survive, bare minimum, just to get you by. Let's move up to the next tier now, since we're building this pyramid. And this next tier of the pyramid is what we call thrive. So you're getting these four things, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys are to some extent getting these four things. The next thing we want to do is, I don't want to just survive. I don't know about you, but I want to thrive, right? So on this next tier, there are three things that you have to do all at the same time for a period of time in order to be able to thrive. That is, number one, you have to eat, but not just eat, you have to eat well, right? The second one is you've got to move. These bodies were not designed to sit at the computer for 8 to 12 hours a day. These bodies are designed to move. We need movement and exercise, right? So you need to move, but not just move, you've got to move well. And the last one, and I think it's the most important and most powerful one, is garbage in, garbage out. Your thoughts create your reality, create your world, create your health, create everything. So you have to think well. You have to think, but not just think. You have to think well. So there it is. You've got to eat well, you've got to move well, and you've got to think well. And if you do those three things at the same time for a period of time, you will be thriving. I promise and guarantee that you will be thriving. Now, let's go to the very top one. And now that you're thriving, let's talk about fulfillment, right? We all want to have that sense of fulfillment. We've probably all experienced it a little bit here and there, or had tastes of it, but we want to experience fulfillment. Now, fulfillment, in order to get that, you have to find and serve a greater purpose, right? You've got to be growing, but once you're growing, you've got to start contributing, helping other people, serving out your purpose. And everybody has a different purpose, and here's the real trick is, your purpose can change over time too. You don't have to do the exact same thing every day of the rest of your life. Your purpose can change, but you have to be serving a bigger purpose, right? And serving that, and when you're doing this whole thing, you reach that state of fulfillment. Now, it's the lifestyle pyramid, simplifies it greatly, and it's super simple, right? Is it easy? Not necessarily. Does it take some discipline and courage? Absolutely. Is it worth it? 110%, right? Am I perfect at doing all of these things? I wish I was. No, but I'm better today than I was 5-10 years ago, and I will continue to better myself on this lifestyle pyramid as time goes on. Now, I could sit here for another 3 or 4 hours and talk about each one of these things. I'm not going to do that, but what I do want to do is go back to the very base of the pyramid here and open your eyes and enlighten you a little bit on something that I think is fascinating and really cool. So we have food, water, it's not breath, it's air. You need air, you need oxygen, right? Air and nerve supply. So my question, we need all these to survive, but let me ask you this. If you had the food that you were eating, if it was contaminated, if you got not a great quality, or let's say you got a restricted amount of food over a long period of time, would you be healthier or sicker? Right? Over time, if you're lacking nutrients, you're going to end up being sicker. You may not notice it right away, but you will be sicker. Now, let's move over here to water. If you start to restrict somebody's intake of pure water over a long period of time, that's restricted, are they going to be healthier or sicker for that? They're going to be sicker, right? These are things that we need to survive. But if we're going to restrict an amount, we're going to be sicker. The next one, air. If you restrict somebody's intake of oxygen, talk to somebody who's got asthma, right? They're gonna notice this. But if you restrict somebody's air, or if you give them polluted air over a long period of time, will they be healthier or sicker? They're going to be sicker. Now, let's talk about the nerve supply, right? Now, nerve supply, if you restrict somebody's nerve supply, you cut the messages, or you interfere with messages going from the brain to the rest of the body through that nerve system. Are they going to be, and you do that over a long period of time, again, you may not notice stuff right in the beginning, but over a long period of time, will their body be healthier or sicker? It's going to be sicker, right? It's not going to be able to heal the way that it should. Now, I'm going to take you through these last ones one more time and ask you guys a question. How long can you live without food? Some say up to 70 days without food. How long can you live without water? Some say up to 7 days without water. How long can you live without air? Some say about 7 minutes. How long can you go without nerve supply? You cannot go more than 1/7 of a second without having nerve supply. So which one of these in reality is the most important? Yes, they're all important. But which one's most important? Having that nerve supply. So if that nerve supply is so important, then how much more important is it that you maintain a healthy nerve supply going throughout your body on a consistent basis? And the best way that I know of, and I have researched and studied this like crazy, the best way that I know of to keep that nerve supply rich and healthy is to, number 1, move well. Number 2, eat well. Number 3, think well. But those are things you can do for yourself. The things you can't do for yourself is getting adjusted, right? The adjustments. We take subluxations as chiropractors. We restore normal function to the spine, removing nerve interferences that over time will cause you to get sicker and sicker. Restore that, allowing your body to heal and function optimally. And that is the magic of chiropractic. And this is the magic of having the healthiest lifestyle and life that you possibly can. So I hope you guys gained something from this. Use this lifestyle pyramid. It's simple. Refer back to it. Keep it simple. You don't have to make things super complicated, but come back to this and study it and know that you've got to work on doing this. And you guys, as you make changes to your health, the one thing I will tell you and encourage you is it's all about progression, not perfection. So you guys, until I see you guys next time, remember to eat well, remember to move well, think well, and come get adjusted to keep that nerve system functioning, firing, and healing well. And love you guys, appreciate you. Have an awesome day.